Hey, now it's Wave Magnetic here, and coming back to you again. It's been a minute since I seen y'all and did a tutorial. Oh man, just got a brand new studio, brand new apartment, all kinds of new stuff, and yeah, all right. But life goes on. So today I'm gonna talk about how I produced my remix on Tupac's California Love. So yeah, just gonna run down like how I did it. And if this is helpful, you like the content, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you know the next time I release something. And also too, the first 20 comments, I'm gonna pick somebody. If you're interested, I'll give you a free mastering of the track of your choice. So just comment below and I'll pick somebody out of the first 20 comments. So, all right, now let's get to it. So with this track, if you haven't heard the original, well, I mean, it's California Love. Everybody knows this doggone song. It's very, very dope, and I did it in my Wave Magnetic style. So the first thing I did was I had to find the original track and get the vocals because they were not that easy to find. So right here is what they sound like.
Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest.
As you can see, that's pretty clean. Yeah, it's actually, I got it from this website. Let's see, what's it called? I think it's Phonic Mind. I think it's phonicmind.com. You go on this website. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's phonicmind.com. It's this website. You go on there and you can you upload a song, and then it'll separate the vocals from the track. And so you'll have a track where you could make it into like a, it'll be like a karaoke kind of karaoke style thing, and then you got the vocals, which you can do remixes with. Which when I take them, I usually just take the vocals, and then I make whatever song I'm going to make. So that's kind of how I got this from the track. They're actually really good, and it's really cheap. It's like $3 or something like that. So first thing I did was make the drop. Let's see where I would want to do that. Where's the drop at? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yep, this is it. So first thing I did was I came up with this drop idea. So, that's pretty dope. It literally was just like, I was just trying to feel out, like, just trying to get a vibe for it. So basically it's just a sub, like droning on the G. A lot of times that right there creates a lot of energy. And then I have the horns. Well, really, I have this whole melody. At first I made it with this synth sound. And this is a pretty chill sound. I actually made it inside of what's this, Wavetable. And don't sleep on Wavetable. I know everybody's all about Serum and all this different stuff. Like, I mean, Wavetable is dope. So, and I just made it from scratch. And a lot of times the sounds that I make are really simple, especially when I'm layering trumpet on top of it. Let's just keep it real chill, because like when you start making them real complicated sounds, a lot of times they don't really work with acoustic instruments that well. Yeah, so this is literally just 2 sine waves with a little detune. So like this one is straight up in tune, and then the second oscillator is another cross between a sine wave and a square. And I detuned it a little bit. And then what really makes this sound really, really pop is over here. So a lot of times all you got to do is make it so that the tuning kind of goes in and out, and it winds up, I don't know, it just sounds cool. I guess they say it's supposed to be like a analog synth or something like that. I guess so, so if I go to it, it's just the LFO, it's just a sine wave. What I do though is, you see it's like 11% right here, and I don't sync it to the tempo. It is definitely like on a rate, and it kind of goes free floating on its own. So that's for the first one, the first oscillator. So that's this one right here. And also I got the pitch, the position of it modulating. So yeah, you see right here. So this is going up and down a little bit. And on the second oscillator, I got the pitch modulating, but in the other direction. Oh yeah, it's all on the same one. Yeah, okay, cool. So they're moving same time together, but just in a different direction. And then I put 5 voices. I put a detune amount, 6%. You just do it to ear, because like if I do it more, it'll start getting real weird. So I just do that until it feels right, and that's how that's the sound that I usually write with. I usually write with the synth sound, and then I just layer it with trumpet. When you layer it with the horns. Let's see if I can get them all in. Yeah. So I play all of those joints in with my horn. See what I'm saying? Don't forget, I'm a trumpet player first before all of this shit. So it's everything I do is about trumpet, period. But one of the coolest things is people don't always know about this. So like, this is trumpet right here. But a lot of times, well, all the time pretty much, I take the part, play it, double it, and then I'll take that down to octave inside of Ableton. If you just put it on a complex, put the thing on the clip on the complex, and then you pitch it down 12, it sounds like you're playing trombone, even though I'm playing the trumpet. You see, that sounds just like trombone. And when you put it together, it sounds like a horn section. And then when you start layering more and more, it starts to sound like a brass section. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I do my horns, and that's how I made this sound here. Let's see here. So underneath that, yeah, is a sub here. This is pretty basic. I mean, when I do subs, a lot of times I don't make it complicated. This is just a damn sine wave, right? With a bunch of distortion on it. It's nothing really fancy. A lot of times that's really all you need. Like this kind of sound right here is going to cut through the club. That's just going to be super bumping in the club. All right. So trust me, I know I've performed it and DJs have played it, and it's always been like, damn, that motherfucker bad. That's generally the consensus of when this song is played. But everybody starts dancing, and it's really about that bass, Let's see what I got here. Yeah, so that right there is just going along with the horns. just the stabs with the horns, and it's just a sign. No, yeah, this is just a sawtooth pad that I made. And you know how they talk about like the dead mouse pluck when he all that kind of stuff. A lot of times, all you need is a filter and some sawtooth action. That's all you really need. So what I did was I linked this envelope here to this filter so that every time the cord is pressed, the filter opens up and closes so it sounds like a stab. Check it out. See, it's real simple, and it just follows with the horns. Yeah, and the kick actually. So let's get into the drums. When I get up here with the drums, my kick is, I always make the kick pretty much the same way. I absolutely love kick too. You know, your kick drums don't have to be the most complicated thing in the world. They just need to sound fucking good, right? So this isn't much different than the preset the default preset when you open up the thing. Yeah, so what did I do here? I just shortened the length. You see, so like if you look, these right here is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. Oh no. These are 16th notes. So the first 16th note, second 16th note, third, fourth 16th note, and then this is beat 2. So I generally keep my my kicks pretty short. Let's see, let's undo that. So I'm right underneath a 16th note for this track. I don't like them to be too long because a lot of times my chords move and then the bass moves up and down. And if you got a long kick drum, it's gonna clash with the bass because I like having pretty subby bottom end. And if you got a long kick drum, it's just you're gonna have a lot of rub action going on, and it's gonna sound like shit on those big speakers. If you ever been to a club and you hear on the subs when the track's playing loud, that's because either the kick is too loud, or either the kick is too long, or they just haven't used proper like side chaining or dynamic EQing to make room for the kick drum and the bass to work together. So yeah, I just made it like that. This is just a top kick, whatever. A little distortion on it, and that's about it. And that's how you get that sound. And this is actually my favorite kit to start with. This is a stock Ableton drum kit, the full Lotus kit. You get it for free. And I love this because you get this snare drum right here. And the cymbals, where is the crash? That's a beautiful crash. I love that crash. And the hi-hats, that's not bad, but there's a closed one. Yeah. That right there, the shit. And the clap, that's a good clap. Yeah. I use this kit almost exclusively these days. And then I just swap out my snares, my main. So like this is my main snare. I think I got that from Splice or something. And this is the kick I made. Yeah. And then you just put it together. So a lot of times too, with your kick drums and your bass, you should make them kind of line up. If you look here, every single one of my kicks the bass doesn't come in every time the kick is down there. But if you look, every time the kick is going, there is a bass happening. So it's not like the bass started here and it was short and started here. The bass is a long note right here, and kick starts It's still going on here, but then kick right here, same time as bass, kick, same time as bass, kick, same time as bass, and that same time with kick, same time as bass, kick, same time as bass. Now, if you look here, my pad starts, bam, the stab, same time as the bass, same time as the bass, same time as the bass, same time as the bass. That right there is some basic arranging shit. Like, you know, producers want to say, like, you know, they put a stamp on that shit, but this is basic arranging that you would learn in fucking high school if you took the class. And, you know, a lot of people just don't remember. Yeah. So that goes on for a bit. Yeah, so now I play the original line that was on the track. Same sounds, really. I'm just changing the chords up. Added a hi-hat. Just added this, what is that? Just added that to it. Classic, like, trap shit. Yeah, it's pretty chill. And let's see here on my verses, I have it's real similar. It's a bass. Oh, I used the 808 on my verses. So I actually make my 808s from scratch too. I know a lot of people just use the 808 sample a lot of times, which is probably fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but you know, it's not that complicated. It's just a doggone sine wave with some distortion on it. It's actually the same exact thing as the other sub, the long, like, strong sub. But I put an envelope right here to control the level. So where is that? I guess I put it in, is it global? No. Matrix? No. Oh, no. Number one, yeah. The envelope one controls the volume, period. Duh. So, it's just serum patch. I just tweaked the length of this to be the length that I wanted it to be. Just like 808, so it sounds like boom. And I still have my kick going. So, yeah, that's really about it, really. Little distortion on it. Because, see, if you listen to it without the distortion, so, like, that's cool, but you need to add some distortion in order to get it to cut through. You see what I'm saying? Like, that right there, when you listen to it, it's going to come through on other speakers, not just on, like, the club speakers. And plus, you need your mid-range to be right. So, and I think I still got more stabs. Yeah. It's the same shit as before. Just different rhythms. And then the vocals are in. Oh, here's something cool. So, a lot of times when you're making transitions from different sections, you want to, you got to have transition sounds. So one of the things I like to do going into a new section is, you'll have, I'll have like some white noise going up. Right? So it's like a white noise, a little downlifter thing action happening. Leading into it, and then I also leading into the hit. I always, well, not always, but I like having a reverse kick. So this right here is actually a kick drum. Let me show you. You see that? So let me reverse it. See that? That's a kick drum, and if you turn it around, it goes up like that. And when you have that going into the downbeat with a crash, it actually makes it very powerful. It's dope, right? Let's see. Oh, okay. So I have this too. my snare. All right, so the way this happens is this is just a regular old snare drum. No. See if there we go. Right? So that's a snare. Let me Apple Z that. And if you listen to it in reverse, so I know it sounds kind of like a boomerang, but that is because I have it stretched out. So what I did, if you keep it, this is a little Ableton trick. I don't know if you can do this in any other DAW, but I take my snare drum and reverse it, make sure it's on beats mode, and then when you stretch it out, it always stays on beat. And depending on how long you stretch it out for, it could be 16th note, it could be 16th notes, triplets, 16th note triplets, 8th note triplets. It could be whatever, but it's always going to be on beat, and you kind of get this boomerang kind of feel, and it shows that you're leading into something.
Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West.
You know, that kind of stuff really makes this shit like really pop. Let's see here. Any other thing left for this? I think the build up will be the next thing.
It's all good from Diego to the throw up a finger if you feel the same way. Straight with the town for California,
yeah. So right here, I literally just let's see here. It's another serum patch I did. It's almost the same exact serum patch. It's just this saw pad with a filter on it. Yeah, that's simple. And that's the tuning different or something? Nah, not really. Yeah, it's just a saw pad. And I think I have the cutoff. Yeah. So this right here is the automation for the cutoff of the filter. So that opens up to build some tension, and we got some clap action going on right here. All right. And that leads into adding the kick drum. Which adds some more kick. To extreme kick. And there you go. Let's see here. We got more white noise action going on. Pretty simple stuff. Do I have? Nope. Oh, this one. A lot of times I like to do this little sine fall thing. I guess it's kind of like I guess it would be like an 808. Yeah, it's kind of like an 808, but a long one. As you see, I throw in that reverse snare, and I throw in that right there. Oh, I have a little riser here. Yeah, those are pretty chill. That's really easy to make too. You just throw in the pitch. You have that automated inside of. Actually, you could do it in anything, but I did it in Serum. And you just pitch some shit up, throw some reverb on it, put a compressor on it. Sounds like that. It's fucking easy. Yeah. So that's pretty much all of the sections. It's just those sections, and that's the whole song. Yeah. All right. So if you got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments below. And yeah. Let me know like what you think, if this helped you, if I brushed over anything that you need a little bit more detail about, let me know. And again, for the first 20 comments below, I will do a free mastering for one of you. So, yeah. All right. Let me know. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.